Perks on the ground. Should you be able to pick them up like you currently can in Warzone? Or should they be something reserved exclusively just for this game and just sack it off and go back to the traditional system of free perks from your loadout? Well, in this video, we're going to discuss exactly that. So if you do enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button below, consider subscribing. Nearly at 600 subscribers, so that would be massively appreciated. But let's get right into the video. So, I've got mixed thoughts on this one, and we're going to discuss it, and we're going to talk about it in the comment section below, and I do try to reply to everything as well. So, let's just talk about what it is. Basically, you can open a box, and you can find a perk on the ground. If you equip that perk, that's going to be absolutely great, because then you don't need to rely on a loadout. And it also means as well that you can use perks in Warzone which you wouldn't usually use. Like, for example, High Alert. Like, I don't typically use that perk, like, in terms of equipping it. But when I pick it up, like, I do actually enjoy having it. It also adds a little extra variation and RNG to the early game skirmishes as well. Having a perk before loadout, like, in literally the first seconds of the game, is a big advantage. But at the same time, it's not like a crutch advantage. It's not like you're picking up, like, a 20 attachment Vanguard weapon, which is, like, the peak of the meta. No, it's a bit more subtle, it's a bit more nuanced than that, and I do enjoy that aspect of the game. I do enjoy the fact that you can have a couple of extra perks. I do enjoy the fact that, again, at the start, you've got that extra bit depth. And ultimately, depth without adding complication is a brilliant feature, and it's something that COD typically, even in Cold War and Vanguard era of Warzone, has done well. It's done good at adding depth for minimal cost. Now, games that are considered to have a high skill ceiling are games that have depth, but you've got to put a lot of time into it to get depth. Think the movement mechanics of Apex Legends, the aiming mechanics of CSGO, stuff like that. Whereas in COD, you can add depth without adding things that you've got to learn. So, for example, perks is a great way of doing that. Loadouts, great way of doing that. Pick your perks, pick your class, pick your nades, adds depth. You've got your stuff like your tactical grenades, which acts as like abilities from Apex Legends in some ways. So I do enjoy that aspect of the game, and I do think generally it is a very good idea. However, it does have its flaws. Should they stack when you get your loadout? Now, this is a debate really, which is worth talking about purely because I'm undecided. Like, I think there is an argument to say that it definitely should be stacking with your loadout because you can really grow in power as you go on in the game. And that's really good, because the more you grow in power, you feel as if you're progressing. There's more to the game than just grabbing your loadout and grabbing your satchel. Like, it feels as if you're actually growing in power as the game goes on. It's the closest thing to a kill streak you can get in Warzone, I believe. Like, the more perks you've got. And that's a good thing, because that's what made multiplayer literally world famous. Kill streaks, Call of Duty 4. And growing in power when you pick up a couple of kills, when you loot up a little bit and grow in strength, that's only a good thing. However, does it get to the point where it's too powerful, where people can have too many perks? Yeah, maybe. I think it does take the element of fairness out of the game at the same time. Like, when I pick up a loadout and I've got like a loadout which is designed for a specific feature, but that feature is being completely countered by something that someone's just so happened to have picked up off the floor, that hurts. Like, being countered by something that they didn't pick. I don't mind being outwitted, outsmarted if it's deliberate. If it's by pure chance, which I have no control over, that's something that doesn't sit well with me. And this is why I have the inner debate, the inner quarrel about it. You know, this is why I'm undecided if I like it or not, because early game I think it's a really good feature. Late game, because it stacks with your loadouts, I don't think it does. So how would I implement it? Maybe all these perks turn off after a certain time, but at the same time it is good because you get that power creep. Like, so it's a weird one. Like, I do want to talk about, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Because genuinely I do want to have a little talk about it. But should it be carried over into the next game? I think a version of it should. What version that is, I don't know. I'm starting to talk like a professional player here, aren't I? Like, or like a streamer where I want this change and I don't know why. It's like, my god, such a hypocrite I've become. But yeah, it's just kind of how I feel about it. Like, I like it. I want to see it again. It's fun. It's unique. But I don't know how I want to see it again. And I'll admit that. I'm just going to say something for the sake of saying it, like the pros do. So yeah, let's just kind of see that. So yeah. But honestly, let's talk about it in the comment section below, because I'm actually really curious to see what you guys think of it. Peace!